voice is audible and the background is not too loud. Is the voice clear? Hello. Yeah, seems like the voice is coming clear and the background is also fine. So let's get started. So in the yesterday's video, what we achieved was if you go to the debug console and search for log, let's see, you can go to the timers, and if you click here, it will set up a timer for 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds, it's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So yeah, you get that. So the alarm system was working. That is working for us. Today we'll try to customize the alarm system so that it takes the timing from the time, if you see right below, on the one second. So we make some changes. Disable. The general. Hi Theo, welcome to chat. Okay, seems like we can't change that. It is fine. So yeah, so what I was saying is like we got the alarm system working. Now only we need to customize the thing. We need to get it working. If you see below the boiled milk, right, on the timers on this, if you see there is a boiled milk and there is a timer, right? So, and there is a button. So what we need to do is we need to, when we click on this button, right, when we click on this button, we want the timers to set up based on the time that is below this boiled milk or whatever the set up. Okay, let's see if we can achieve that. So let's go to the views of timer. This is the timers. So we have the request part is done, and here, so here if you see we have a one shot thing, right? So this is where the alarm is getting set. So what we wanted to do is like let's change this so that when we set up, it's not 1 hour 10 minutes 10 seconds. Let's make it 10 seconds. So what we can do is we don't have edit button also for this, if you see. Interesting. 1 second. So when we click on this add new timer, what does this open up is it will open this new timer. It will open up this, right? What if we save it here itself? So let's see if we can enter there. So controller, and this is consumer widget. We want to fill up this by automatically, right? So and how do we save this is let's reduce the height of this. We get the hour, we get the minute, and we get the seconds, right? So if we wanted to update this, what we can do is we need to first update. Okay, first we'll try to update it. We can delete it if you long click, it will get deleted. That is correct. But we want to update also. So what we can do, when you click on this, you can update this, and but it should be that it should not be running. Okay, so what we can do is we have to find a way where we can cancel if it's running, and okay, that we can do. That is not an issue. So when you click on this, it should open up the. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's update this. When you click on add timer, you get this thing, right? So here, when you click once, we will come back to here and we'll try to update. So if you open up this, and but we have the controller here, we need to set up this controller then. Interesting. So set up this, and how do we do that? If you pass the name from here, if it's null, then it's empty, or else we can do like that. So if you do something like this, right? Final like name or minute second, something like this of type string. And all final variable must be initial with our minute and 2 minute current fighting initial. And we can put this here, this dot name, this dot hour, this dot minute, this dot seconds. Okay, if you put something like this, by default this will be null. So and here in the text we can do something like this. If this is name, right? This dot name. So something like this. The instance name can't be accessed and initialized at the initial expression. The instance member name can't be accessed in an initial. Try replacing the reference to the instance member with an expression. Yes, no. So what we want in the init state, if there is something, then put this, or else in the empty if we convert this to a stateful widget, in the init state we can set up all this. Let's try out that. Stateful consumer. So this is timer dialog widget. Timer dialog widget. Put it up to this. Remove this. Okay. And here we can have this final of type string name, hour, minute, second, where it's not required. No. Minute. Hi, welcome to the chat. So if you do something like this, and if you put an init state, there's an error. That's why this is showing up like this. Why do we don't have the init recommendation? Yeah, the init state, and let's do one thing, let's define it. Let put this here and turn off this. Let's try it. Okay. So if we do timer name controller equals to text editing controller, text equal widget dot name, something like this. So if it's there, then already put something. If it's not there, then okay, something like this. Okay, let's do this. Let's make all of them the same thing. And put everything on the init state. And here the first one can be the timer hour controller. then the timer minute controller, and the timer second controller. Something like this, and for all of them, text widget dot hour or else empty. Actually, the minute, and here text widget dot second or else something like this. Okay, so here if you put this in the init state, let's also try to dispose them. Timer name controller dot dispose. Like our controller, timer minute controller, and timer second controller. Okay, we dispose them. And also let's pass one more field, called final boolean update. This will be a required field. Okay, so let's pass one update. So the update field will be required so that we know if it's or else what we can do is this dot update, by default it will be false. Okay, so now what we can do is if you go to this new timer, right, it will depend on if it's widget dot remove the constant and do widget dot update. If it's update, then we change the name to update timer, or else put the same thing. Similarly, if you click on this, right, 1 second, then we also need, instead of save it should be update, right? So let's search for save. If it's update, click on update, or else just save it. Okay, and this should not be add new timer, this should be update timer. And here we are getting this index. To get the name also, what if we pass the field directly? We don't have to divide it one by one. So what we can do is, if you see this data will be of timer model, right, we can directly put it here. So instead of doing this much, timer model directly of timer, and input like this, and here instead of this name widget dot put timer, widget dot timer dot name. The property name convention can be null, and yes, it can. So we'll put a the hour isn't different for that type timer. Name created at time hour. Current object conversion with the parameter type string. So this is the argument type object conversion to parameter type string. So here the hour will become integer type, right? So the name is correct, it's type of string. To string hour will convert to string, and if it's not there we'll get to this. Okay, this is correct. So we can put the same for all of them except the instead of hour the minute will change. I will be changing the front order. So hour, this will become minute, and this will become the second. Okay, so this will do it, and we don't even have to pass update because it will be, if there is timer it's update, right? So instead of update we can do widget.timer. If widget.timer is not equals to null, is not equals to null, widget.timer is not equals to null, then put it to update. And here what we can do is, so this will not be add new timer, this will be update the already the existing timer, right? So instead of delete add timer, it will be update timer. Okay, and spacing, everything will stay same. And instead of add timer it will be update timer. We'll pass the timer and repository update timer. We'll put the complete timer here because we don't know what will get updated, the name or anything can get updated, right? So we'll go up to this collection timers. We want the complete thing actually, so and we'll try to update it and this, and collection dot talk timer dot id timer id will stay here, right? If it's there, dot update, yeah, this should be it. So it's called the collection doc and update whatever, everything of it. Okay, and it put it in updated it instead of created it. Okay, got it. So now in the providers we can put the timer model no, a lot of times. This should work. Let's go to the views, and if response is valid, this will depend if it's timer. So if widget.timer is not equals to null, that means there is timer to something else. Else, do this. We need the same thing, except that it will become update. So what we can do is instead read this update timer, but we need to pass the ID also. So widget dot timer dot ID. Okay. The property ID convention with receiver can be null. This will not be null. I have already checked it, right? And after checking, we should not be getting this, but I don't understand. Okay, if it's not null, update it, or if it's null, then add a new timer. Okay. Now what we can do is we'll do the same thing here. So on click, right? We'll do the same thing here. On pressed and list style. If you do long press, you delete it, right? But if you click only once on tab, what will do? Will show the dialog. Okay. Put timer equals to data index. Let's reload the page. It's reloaded. Go to this timers, click on boil mail. Yep, update timer, timer name is correct, and 10 seconds instead of 10. If you put 11, update. Yeah, I can update it. So let's do one thing. Click on this, and in boil milk, we'll make it 0 hours and 1 minute. Not 1 minute. Let's make it 0 and just put it 20 seconds. Okay, update. So the seconds become 20. That is correct. Now let's implement this on click of this button. Okay, so when you click on this button, then what we can do is the duration can be of data index constant be removed. We have the access to data, yes, data index and dot time, but here time we need to get the seconds, right? So what we can do is duration, we can pass only one of them. Okay, so we can do something like this: hours, minutes, seconds. So we'll be getting this here: data index dot hours time dot hour similarly for minutes and similarly for seconds. So this will become minutes, this will become second. Save this. So look at the duration. Now when you click on this, it should run this, right? So what we can do is the callback is correct. So you do this callback, right? And when we pass anything to this callback, okay, let's see if it works. So now let's reload it once again. Let's restart it. Go to this timers. This is 20 seconds timer. Click on this. Yes, it got started. Let's wait for 20 seconds. Okay, the alarm got fired for after 20 seconds. Okay, seems it's working for this. So if it got fired, it will get cancelled, and that's it. So now what we need to do is first is we need to keep a track of this the ID of the unique alarm, right? Because we want to stop it if it's running, right? If they click on the stop, we have to stop it. So how do you keep track? So what we can do, we can use the shared preference thing, and based on the ID of this, right? Based on the ID of the, we'll keep this as a key because the ID will always be different. That is a guaranteed thing, and the value will keep it either running or true or false. And if it's running, we'll show this as running, and you can stop it because we have access to the ID. Okay, let's see how set preferences work, and we'll match that. So let me bring up Chrome. Pub.dev, go to shared preferences, shared preferences. So this is a shared preferences. So it's a Flutter favorite, this also, and let's go. Perhaps a platform specific percentage for simple data, and it's a specific also on macOS. Okay, that is not our concern. Let's see how we can use it. So we can get the instance. Can get the instance and can save an integer value, counter key, and we can put list. Try reading data from the counter. If it does not exist, it's small. If you're using shared preference to multiple isolations, such references shared preference and cache. You have to make a preference lookup via get method synchronous shared preferences use a cache on the Dart side, which is normally only updated by the set method, which will this an implementation. Okay. So you can only use these data types, right? Integer, boolean, double, string, and say validate a string. Let's see one example. So you get the instance and you put the counter preferences, get integer counter, set integer by success return counter. But this will become a problem for us because we need to save if it's running or not and based on ID, right? So the name should so it seems like this is synchronous. It will directly read it. You don't have to wait for anything. But when you set, then you need to wait. So what can we do? We can put the ID and put if it's running or not, right? Okay, we can do this. So shared preference. So we can set a boolean, something like this. Okay. Let me copy this also and let me cross. So here on the init state, initialize this. We can also bring up the shared preference. We already downloaded the package right yesterday. So we can put this on the let this be let. We initialize this here. So it look fresh equals. Oh wait, and make this async. Okay. So we'll get the instance, and so when you click on this, then what we can do is so let's do one thing. Start timer. Okay. What the start timer will do is it will save first. Okay. So here, one second. So here, right, we can do something like press dot set boolean. The key can be data index dot id. The argument is string. No, it won't be. Timer boil milk. Just for 10 seconds. See, 10 seconds. So here we can put this ID and the value to be true. Oh, wait. Okay, so this will set to true and we'll start this. No. First, we need to know if it started, right? So if response is true, started, if started, then put the sense boolean and okay, then put this to true. And what we can do is if it's running, that is prefs dot get boolean data index dot id nullable expression can't be used as a condition, right? If this this can be null, right? If it's not there, it will be null. So is not equals to null. It's not equals to null. Okay, if it's not equals to null, means it is there, and if it's running. So let's do one thing. Here, let's do boolean is running refs dot get boolean. Here we'll pass the key. Refs dot get boolean. Return. Return. Okay. If it's equals to, but this can be null also, right? So if it's null, then it's false. So it's not running. Okay. Null, false, or else whatever it is. Yes. We'll do running false. So, well, we could have done the same thing directly here itself, right? Is timer running? So now what we can do is on this async trailing icon button, we can pass is timer running. If it's running, then make it null, or else. So if it's running, then you cannot. Okay, you can click, right? Even if it's running, you can click. Okay, the condition is not. It cannot be here. So it needs to be on the icon. So if it's running, then icons dot stop circle fill, something like this, right? Okay, we'll get this error. Don't consider this error for now. Okay, so what is happening is if it's running, if the timer is running, then show the stop circle or else play circle, right? So do we have anything for stop circle? Stop circle rounded. Okay, offset rounded. Rounded. Okay, that's good. And there should be one more thing. If it's running, then we need to stop it, right? We don't have to. If the timer is already running, we should not start a new timer. What we should do, we should cancel that timer, right? So on pressed, we'll check if the timer is running. We go to Android manager dot cancel, and we pass the ID. The ID will become index ID, right? It's the same thing. The argument type string. Okay, we need the ID also, right? Like it's not just one shot. 1 second. So in one shot, if you see the ID, it needs to be integer type, right? This will be the problem then. One second. It's in database when it says, right? What can be the doc ID? Will it be string mixed or? Yep. So we can't use that. So we need to keep a store of the ID also, right? Because we need to cancel it. But set preferences don't take we cannot do boolean then, that is correct. So what can we do? Set boolean string of list and nothing else. So we have to go with string of list. Okay, and here two things will be done. One is random integers. We have to select a unique LM-ID, right? So we can pass here the true. Okay, this again cannot be. Running. Okay, let's put this as true, and the other one needs to be the ID. So what we can do is Implementation note. So what is next? Generates a non-negative integer uniformly distributed in the range from 0 inclusive to max. Implementation of the ripple implement support max value between 1 to inclusive. So in this, let's put this in the top because we need to know the unique ID also, right? So for unique ID, this one as integer, and we need to pass the unique ID here, and we need this unique ID here also. Unique ID to string. Okay, so we get this here. So it is a string of list. It cannot be a boolean because we need both the things. Okay, and now here cancel. It cannot be this. It needs to be get string list. Okay, you get the string list and the key will become the same. So list, you get list of string. This can be null. If it's not null, like timer dot not equals to null. Okay, if it's not null, then we can get the let's put a map here. Order. Local timer. So you can have to list of two things. So it can have either a boolean running, and another one it will have an integer that is the unique ID, and let's create a local timer required to start running and required to start unique ID. Okay, so local timer put here, and we will be returning local timer or no. Okay, return null. Timer is not equals to null. then we'll be return local timer. The running will be the timer first index. Argument of string can be assigned. And here it will be timer of the second one. Int dot parse this. Okay. And now it's time running. Get timer. Get current time status. Okay, so what you can do is here dot running no, we won't be passing the null, so we'll always return something, or else we'll return local timer running will be false, unique ID will be 0. Okay, if it's running, if the get current timer status of this, if it's running, then you need to cancel this. You need to cancel the unique ID of it. Okay, then so if it's running, cancel it, or else you need to set up, right? If it's not, then you have to start one. Else run this condition. Okay, so now how it works is when it starts, it creates this, but if it's running, then you stop this. If it's not running, then you need to create one. And set string list. What will this do? Save a list of string to persistence totals. So then we go here. Yes, save a list of string persistence in the background. Limitation index session. Values cannot start with any of the following. Then the truth the person has to us contains the given key. So what if it's the same thing, right? If the key is same and we're trying to set it once again, we need it update it. Okay, that we can only do completely true once there is a present for that has been clear. You don't want to. use this method to observe modifications that were made in native code without using the plugin while the app is running. Okay. Okay, we don't want to think about this. So now it will store and get current timer status of this ID if it's running. If it's running, so rounded. Okay. Let's reload everything and see if it works. Reload it 1 second. Okay. So Elmo service has started. This is just a service. Okay, this is not any alarm here. Okay, we already got an error. Got an error, but it's not showing what the error is. So let's see what the error was. Status instead must be a void method without an async keyword. Rather than awaiting on asynchronous or directly inside instance, call a separate method to this work without awaiting it. So it cannot be async, right? The init state cannot be async, it seems. So if we remove this, the value of future can't be assigned to a variable after session price and the variable or casting the right. One second. So it's saying us this is a future, right? It's not set preferences. But if we do this, what is the problem we'll be facing is on the set of it. When we try to set, we have to await for the preferences first, then we can. Okay, that won't be a problem for us. So what we can do, make this as future. Okay, future of preferences. So now what will happen is, so this preferences won't be same. So what we can do, we can just make this is defined for the type picture. Yes, I know that. 1 second. So now the things will become this will become always be future, right? Let's do this. Why we did this is now we can even start our own set preference instance here. So we can do something like final set preferences and do preferences equals to await prefs, right? And put this in async. But this will again cause one problem is like we need to await for this, right? Can't we directly get an instance? So if we put here future, right? Then the problem will start coming here because now this is a future. You have to await here once. Okay, the running is a different of the type future of local timer. One more. Saying it. Right. So like this and press this and let's create an async function here and with the async function and press equals to with set differences dot get instance. This and now it's not a future. Function mark assume master the return type. It's not an async also. Let's restart this 1 second. Restart it. Open the end. Okay. And if there's a timer for 10 seconds, right? Let's make it 20 so that we get that time to even stop it. 20 seconds. Update. Click on this. It's true, but state did not update here, right? Let's close it, open it. We got an error. With prefs has not been initialized, it says. So the problem with the initialization. Let's go to the Android manager. Like, this one. Go to the example. They use set preferences. Made this as a global actually. Put this to the same way. Let's make this as global. And here, preferences equal await set preferences dot get instance. So that we have the instance from the first. Then second text preferences. we have to make it features. I was trying to avoid how to not make it feature at all, but it seems like you have to wait for the calls, and this is not what we wanted. So we will have to make it in the future. So that's it. So we local timer, we wait for this and get this. No, here we won't get in the running because it is a future, right? So what we have to do is when pressed, we have to get the local timer. Timer equals to a wait of this, and if timer is running, then do this or else cancel the unique ID of timer. Okay, this is correct, but the problem will come on the button. This reference so here what you can do is set local timer status. Here we'll pass the first one will be the true. Okay, let me create this function first. So one is the get current timer status, right? And one will be set local timer status, set local timer status. Okay, and this will be async, it won't return anything, and you have to get the preferences same as this, and here you'll be needing to fill required. First will be the string status, and second required will be string unique ID. Okay, so you can pass the unique ID and the status here, status, and there will be one more required. Okay. 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 Type string. And let's go here now, and let's make this set local timer status. The key will be the data index.id. Status by default will be true, and the unique ID is the unique ID to string. Okay. Is correct. And when you cancel, what can we do is we won't remove it. Should we remove it? Okay, we can remove it, but it will just be a waste. What if we just update it? So, but we won't be getting the unique ID here, right? So let's keep the unique ID to something as 0, false. This is correct. Then this is the problem. The icon part. So this will be a feature of this, right? Local timer. So dot we can do. We cannot do something like this. When we do. This seems like we got one approach. Okay, so I got an example which you just provided to make this synchronous. So let's go to the provider. This is what it uses. So, and here is a state provider, and we don't have to separate just provider. We don't have actual instance of separate, so we can get one exactly. So we can create something like this, okay? And not this, this one, set preferences. And what we can do is we bring up the code from there. On main, we can write something like final preferences equals to wait, set preferences dot get instance. Okay, and in the provider scope, what it does is it passes overrides, and this is how it works. Method conversion constant, which is not constant anymore. Something like this. Okay. And on the views, what we can do, if we keep watching the shared preferences, right? Final refs equals to ref.watch shared preferences provider. This should always be shared preferences now, right? Yes. So we don't have to initialize it here. Get this out of here and this out of here. Ref dot we pass the reference, right? Get current, and we also pass the reference. Remove this. We're no more in the future. Async can be removed. So use the preferences here. If it's running, then do this or else the previous one is cleaner actually. This is cleaner, and we can do the same thing for the button now. This one, right? We don't need this. So remove this. Get current timer status. References, and the key will become data index dot id dot running, right? Something like this. Here's one more error. It's this one, the references. We don't need this also, and so it should be required of shared reference. Let's reload the records. Okay, and open this. Okay, 20 seconds. It says it's running, but why is it running? If it's running, then it should cancel it. So let's click on this. With the cancel even work. Your timer has been scheduled with 30 return switch that is just total success. False on failure. Okay, we don't have to think of that. So now one problem is like this one, right? It's trying to get the current status. This will not update always, right? You have to put this in a state actually, or else it should only be fetched once. When you click on it, now if you click on this, you just started. And in 20 seconds, this should cancel, but this will not change because it's not in state, right? This is a function call. The call happens only once. So 20 seconds is over. It got cancelled. Now the state. So when it's over, still it needs to change the state of this also, right? So what can we do? It's a request that one is request customer. So let's try once again. Once I started, all this, hit on this. It does not change the state. The test values on the first platform. What if we do that start read set preferences provided but not So yeah, let's keep it from here. So now the problem is solved, but we have one issue is that the state does not change, right? So since we are not keeping, if you see this buttons, let me show you. This is a function call, right? And preferences is a provider, so this will not change. And so what we can do is say value. This is a value of any type from persons storage. So we can't get everything actually. It is written all case into persistent storage. You can get boolean, double end case, string list. What's that? So let's do one thing. But that will get list. So we have to maintain a state because when there is a change in set preferences, right, we have to maintain a state for each of the buttons. That means we have to put this in a So if we put this maybe set button draw, this list style, and if we put this list style into an widget, reference statement closing class method. Not like that class method and it. On this. So we'll have to think about this. So for now, at least what we wanted, the basic things is working. So in tomorrow's we can do. We have to maintain a state for each of the buttons. Okay. So because if you close this and it's closed, right? If you click on this, the things got fired. But if you say it not change, but if you change the state, right, it works because you have to run this function. So we have to maintain a state for each of the buttons actually. Because since this button is dependent on a function call, right? So that is what we have to do. Yeah, we will see on this. We'll see on this on tomorrow. At least the basic things are working. The edit is working and the selection is working. We have to look. I think we have to tinker with the shared preferences thing. But yeah, we can see on this. I think it's already too long, so it's been a lot of time. Thank you for watching, and tomorrow we'll try to see if we can solve this. Okay. Thanks for everyone. Bye. Close this and thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.